Hi there, bariatric buddies. It's me, Lindsay. Hi there. So, it is the 11th of June, 2020, and I am doing a video today because today I had all of my preoperative work and final appointment before I get my LapBand on Monday. So, yeah. It's been keeping me up at night, I'm not gonna lie. Because I'm like, oh my God, this thing is forever. And you know, I don't do well with like long-term commitment. Therefore, that's why the gastric balloon was like the perfect jumping off point for me, because then, you know, I knew that, you know, I could do something for that long. Now it's like, oh, this is gonna be like forever. So I wanted to do just a super quick video, but they're never super quick. Let's just be serious. About LapBand. Why? Well, let me tell you. So when I first did the video, like, hey, everybody, I'm crazy and I've decided that I'm thinking about doing this. And everybody was like, oh no, don't do it. 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 And so I freaked out. And then I looked at a couple of other options outside of the LapBand. And okay, let's talk about bariatric surgeries. What kinds are there? What are our choices? Because there are a number of choices when it comes to bariatric surgery and like what's good for you. So the least invasive procedure is a gastric balloon. So that is what I had 3+ years ago, and it was awesome and I thought it was great and it really friggin' worked. But in the last year I've put on like 30 pounds and it just sucks, and my brain is done. It's over it. So I would give a gastric balloon a big old thumbs up. You know, if you are seeing if you can tolerate losing weight in a bariatric fashion, like an external force, if you will, that isn't meth. So, okay, so gastric balloon, I give it a big fat thumbs up. So the next option is a LapBand, which I'm going to talk about here shortly. And it is a device. It's a silicone ring that they fit around the top of your stomach, and I will give you the misconceptions of how it works shortly. After that, there is a duodenal switch. Now, I don't know a whole lot about duodenal switches. What I know about it, like, you could fit in a thimble, because it was just not an option for me, because A, it's super expensive, and not a lot of people do it in my area, so it wasn't even like a consideration. Okay, so after a duodenal switch, then you have a sleeve gastrectomy. There are 2 different ways you can do it. You can do it where they literally cut your stomach and pull it out so it is gone forever. And then they have something called an OverStitch, which is made by the same people as your bariatric balloon, where it is an outpatient procedure where they like staple it. And then after that, there is gastric bypass, which is a more invasive surgery where they like reroute your guts. And that is, you know. So what I was looking for was something that was outpatient, something that was reversible, and something that will be a long-term thing. So let's talk about how a LapBand works. Now, I was very fortunate because the people at Orbera, it's called Apollo Endosurgery. They used to have the LapBand, but they sold it to another company so that they could focus on Orbera. Anyway, I digress. So they put me in touch with somebody who is a super expert on LapBands. He's been with the product for like 20 years. And the history of the LapBand is this. So back in the 90s, or, you know, somewhere in there, they introduced the LapBand. Everybody and the mama wanted to get in on this procedure because, you know, it was an outpatient. It was like quick money. You could go in, learn how to just like wham, bam, thank you, man, boot in the ass, goodbye. And so the training on it wasn't necessarily very extensive because a lot of people were doing it. It was sort of like when Botox was released and dentists were like injecting it into people's face. So it kind of got off to a rocky start because when there isn't the proper medical training for it, people, they either inflate the ring too much. So there was a lot of pushback because people were, you know, uncomfortable. That led to band slippage and all of this stuff. So the reason why a lot of doctors do not offer a lap band. So the man that I'm going to, his name is Dr. Che here in Denver. And for one whole year, the practice I go to their practice. It's a lot of work for the doctors. And I don't know if you know any doctors in your life or surgeons in particular. They're not really people. That's kind of a broad thing. But, you know, it's sort of like, you know, it's not something like you buy a car and then you drive away. It's like, you know, it's like the difference between selling a house and working in an apartment complex. The person who lives in your they're going to keep coming back to you and you're like, oh God, bleh. You know, so it's not a one-time deal where, oh yeah, I'm going to do this and then, you know, auf Wiedersehen, see you later. So there's a whole lot of back and forth for a lap band because there's a lot of room for adjustment. So a lot of people started doing lap band when it first came out, which led to a lot of not shoddy work, but not great work. And now there is on the website for the company that owns the lap band, they have like a list of preferred providers or you know, or whatever, preferred surgeons who have this extensive training so they don't literally give you a lap band and a boot in the ass. So that's one. Two was why it kind of got off, you know, to a fast start and then kind of went, and then why a lot of surgeons don't do it is because they don't want the commitment, maybe. Hey, it's your life. Surgeons, better than me. So, next, how a lap band actually works. So it's sort of like a balloon in some regards, and not so much in others. So a gastric balloon, part of the reason why it worked really well for me is it's a restrictive device. So by occupying space in the stomach, you can't eat as much. Now, a lap band, it's kind of a dual purpose. Now, it is not, its fundamental design is not for restriction. It's not supposed to be like, you know, choking out your stomach. It is supposed to be like a gentle hug about the rim of the stomach so that it empties slower. It's not supposed to be like, you know, if you peel an apple into the garbage disposal and then smash it down there and, you know, sorry, that's sort of a strange analogy, but so in order for the food to empty from, you know, that kind of stopgap, that narrowed thing, it's supposed to take longer, yak, yak, yak. There's also a bit of a mysterious as to why this restrictive, or not restrictive, but this gentle hug cuts down on like the hunger hormone, they think. They're not 100% sure why, but it works. So yeah, so a lap band is not specifically designed to choke out your guts, like to strangle your stomach. It's supposed to not be too tight. If you are extremely uncomfortable and hurling everything you eat, it's because it's too tight or it slipped and then they have to let some of the saline out and then it goes down. So it is, so I actually got to see the thing today. So it's a silicone device with, it looks like it's like an O with like a tube, and then there's like a port. So you can either inflate or deflate the amount of, or like inject or take out some saline in this silicone ring. So you can tighten it. It's adjustable. So unlike a balloon, it is adjustable, where if you're like, holy crap, I'm getting nothing here, you know, they can back it off. You know, where if you're, you know, wanting a little bit more of a hug, that's a possibility. So that to me is kind of like, so I like adjustability. The other thing is that, okay, let's say things have gone south. It is not working for you. The reason I was like, sleeve gastrectomy, even though it's got really, really good, like, long-term stuff, because Gerlin, G-H, how do you really even say that? Gerlin. You know, when they cut off half your stomach and leave just like this little column of stomach, it cuts out a lot of that hormone. But here's the thing, once they take that out, it's done. It's gone. You can't get that back. So that is my major, like, so again, why LapBand was kind of the solution that I'm heading towards. So, okay, what did we talk about? We talked about why it didn't, you know, why people have this negative connotation with it, doctors who do it, how it's actually supposed to work, and the longevity of it. So it is designed to be in there forever. So it doesn't break down. It doesn't degrade. You know, it's not, you know, it's not something that needs to be, it's like a saline implant or a boob, you know, like if you're going to go get a boob, you know, it's meant to stay there. But if needs be, it can be removed. So, I mean, I feel a little bit better about it. I said to the doctor, I was like, please just don't kill me. And he was like, okay. So yeah, hopefully he doesn't kill me. I have to go get a COVID test tomorrow, so they're going to poke my brain. So yeah. So we'll find out. LapBand. Tool of the devil or not. So hopefully it'll be good. And hope everybody is good. It's today's been a good day. Tomorrow is my oldest son's 9th birthday, which is crazy. Oh, and I jumped on the scale today. And they're like, oh, okay, so you're 5'6.5" and 170 pounds, and you're okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm mentally ill, so here I am. So anywho, hope you're all awesome. And I will see you all, I'm sure, like in the next day or two, as we get closer. Freaking out. Wah. Okay, take care. Bye.